Hello again. So in the previous video, we saw how to initiate a rule, how we entered the general information of a rule, how the user could see the rule request and all of the information in it. And now we are at the point where the user has to actually create a rule using a rule builder. So I'm going to click on Open Rule Builder. All right, and here the user can see the main canvas. So the main canvas just has 4 nodes, and the handle transaction node is the one which basically contains all of the nested nodes inside it and all of the logic of the rule. Talking about the general details of the main canvas here, we have the save button, which the user would be using to save their progress. We have the reset canvas button, which I will explain shortly. We have the display JSON button, which would basically be which contains a JSON of all of the nodes present inside our canvas that we're using, just in JSON form. And we also have the generate code option, which the user would be making use of to kind of see if their code is being structured properly. So whatever nodes that the user is building on the canvas, all of them would be sequentially added into this TypeScript code, which our rule builder generates. And if there are any if conditions, if nodes that the user has used, they would be showing up in this generate code. And this would basically just be validating the very basic syntax of our generated rule. So if there are any unreferred variables that we used or any other syntax issue while building our rule, it would be highlighted over here. And I'll show it to you once we actually get to building the rule. So that was generate code. Then we have our node palette, in which we have the basic nodes and which we have the function nodes. So just for this video, we would be covering the basic nodes for this video. So first of all, I'm going to start with the custom node. I'm going to drag it and drop it on the canvas so that we can see what goes in it. Um, you can see that the label is custom code, and we can basically just write any kind of code here. By default, it has the print message here, but we can use it for writing any kind of code. If the user um, prefers to skip building the entire rule using different nodes and connecting them, and they just want to write a simple code, they can just do it using the custom code node, and then kind of connect the node to the other nodes inside the rule wherever they want it in the sequence. Yeah, so I can connect this like so. Right, so I'm just going to delete this back, but yeah, this was the custom node. And then we have our import node, which basically is used to import some library from some module. We do have the import node used inside the handle transaction already. So kind of if we generate the code, we have all kinds of imports already set in. Um, so if the user wants to import something else other than the default ones, they can always use the import node. All right, so I'm going to go back to the main canvas, delete this node, and then there is the set variable node. So if I click on this, I can first of all just set the label. If I want to be more descriptive here, um, I can edit the variable name. You can put in something meaningful here. I can also select a declaration type, which is variable or let or constant. So I can choose that. And then the data type could be anything. It could be a string, a number, a Boolean, an object, or even undefined. So that's that. And then we can also select a default value for the variable. So right now it is set at 10. I'm going to leave it at that. We will be using a set variable node for creating the rule for checking the amount of the transaction that we selected in the first video. So you'll be able to see how the set variable node is used and how it comes in handy. All right, then we have the exit block, which basically indicates where to break the code and where we need to kind of stop. We can also select the different exit types. We can select return or continue or break. So that this is the exit block. Then the start and end would always be present on the main canvas by default. We can't edit that one. Then we have a separate print log, which is just specific to any kind of message that you want to print. If you want to see where you're at in the code and kind of to just check the sequence of the nodes that you're using, or whatever, for whatever purpose, the print log could be important and could be helpful. So there's always this print log that we can see. Um, to delete it from here. And that is basically it for the basic nodes. We'll jump into the function nodes for in the next video. And there are some functions here that you can see. I'll be going more into detail about how we would be using these. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you.